What happened to your wrist there? You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I do this every game.
So, how do you feel about your team's performance today and the type of momentum that you guys are building in this late stretch?
We came out strong. You know, we continued it for the whole first half. Then we lost some urgency in the third quarter. It slipped up a little bit, but we picked it up and finished strong. So that's how games go. You know, a game of runs. Other team's not going to lay down. They're going to keep fighting. So just glad we finished it off, and then just look forward to the next game now.
What allowed you to have the type of first quarter, or first 6 minutes even, that you had?
Just teammates passing the ball to me. I'm open and just shooting with confidence.
How do you've looked very comfortable from the mid-range in the last few games. How do you balance working on that shot and getting those shots up in the game with sort of what the team generally tries to do with the shot profile?
Definitely still try to, you know, they like to get to the rim, kick out and stuff. But just that's the shot that's usually there, depending on usually the paint is usually clogged up a little bit. So usually that's the shot that's there. So that's what they're gonna give us. Just work on it every day.
Are you feeling more comfortable with it right now? Or?
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
You mentioned the third quarter. You were out there with Scotty in the 3 reserves to start the fourth. How important was that stretch in terms of getting that?
It was definitely very important. You know, we just wanted to come out, get stops, and then run the other way. And Scotty had a big @1. Jeff had a big 3. Chris was everywhere. Who else was out there? Christian? Yeah, Christian was everywhere too, getting steals, getting stops. So everyone just played great, played with a lot of urgency, and we were able to grow the lead.
Was anything said in between quarters just in terms of kind of getting back to where you normally are or you want to be defensively?
Nothing really had to be said. We knew we had to pick it up. We knew we kind of let down in the third quarter. I gave them open shots. We let Porzingis, a great player, was getting open shots. Kisper's a great shooter. He was getting open shots, so we knew we had to be more urgent, get out to them, and limit their shots, and just try to get stops and run on transition.
I think the first play of the game was that lob from Yak to you out of the horn set. You've been getting a ton of dunks out of that, like a ton. Is it easier to cut really hard knowing how successful that's been?
Yeah, and Yak's a great passer, so he'll throw it. This one I could have gotten it, but he throws it up there, and I just jump and get it. So I know if he gets it, just go to the rim, he's going to throw it up there, and I can go get it.
Is that something that you expected, you know, to cut more, get more dunks, cuts with him joining the team?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's just a play we run more often now, and he's a great passer. So I think they're aware he's a great passer, so they trust him to throw the ball.
Gee, this season as a whole, probably your record as a team isn't where you want it to be, but you guys are still in the mix. You know, you're fighting for a play-in spot. And is it easier knowing that the finish line is kind of in sight? You know, you're only a few weeks out from the end of the season. Is it easier mentally at all that way?
No, I don't think we really think about that. We just think about just every day, on to the next day. So now we'll practice, start get ready for Miami, and then whoever we play at, maybe Philly after that. So we just try to think of it like that. We don't look forward to the end of the year or look ahead.
What do you think of Scotty's dunk?
Pardon?
What do you think of Scotty's dunk?
Oh, I thought it was great.
Is he the best dunker on the team?
I guess. Yeah.
Is it better than your dunk?
I thought it was better than my dunk.
You guard a lot of guys, like a lot of big men, like Porzingis, Jokic, and stuff like that. Who do you like to go against offensively? Like, do you feel like you prefer going against a bigger guy when he gets cross-matched on you, or would you prefer to go against smaller guys and use your size? What's your preference?
I don't really even think about that. I don't mind. I just try to be aggressive no matter who's guarding me. I think if you try to think about it and say, oh, I'll be passive this play because this guy's guarding me, or I'll be aggressive, it's not the right mindset.
I mean, you end up some of those mid-rangers were against Porzingis, right? Which I think would be a tough guy to get it over.
Yeah, just I work on it every day, so I'm confident in it.
That's what big cats work.
Yeah, big cat.
Fred, after that third quarter, how big was that stretch with Scotty, OG, and the 3 reserves on the floor to start the fourth?
Yeah, it was big. They just got control of the game again. Washington came out hot and we came out slow in the third. But they were able to pick it back up, and, you know, you just got to have an answer. So we had a couple answers tonight, and we're able to get out of here with a win.
What do you think hurt you guys defensively in the third that maybe was fixed or addressed in the fourth?
Just any combination of not playing hard and taking bad shots is usually not good for the team. So, it's a bad combo there. But, we got to eliminate those lapses. We've had, less and less of them over the course of the last couple of weeks, but just picked a bad time to come out flat, and they came out and hit a couple threes. And that's the NBA now. You take 3 or 4 possessions, and it could swing either way. So they just came out hot from 3, and we weren't really playing, hard or sharp enough, and they made their run, but we were able to get control of it again.
It's 2 good games now, or 2 straight games. You kind of, I think, you had 37 tonight, the first 38 against Detroit. So, I mean, what kind of focus are you guys bringing onto the floor off the tip?
Yeah, just having more energy and more pace and just playing with more speed and understanding that, when we get off to good starts, usually bodes well for us. So I think it's important to come out and swing first. And we've been doing that over the last couple of games. Obviously, it helps when OG's as hot as he is, and we've been, moving the ball and making shots. But our defensive intensity was great in the first as well, causing turnover. I think we had 15 deflections in the first quarter. So it was a good start for us.
What do you appreciate most about what Jeff does out there?
He's just another guy who is a connector and organizer, and he's just a leader. And he's one of those traditional floor general type of guys who can get you into sets and get guys in the right spots, and he can defend. So we need that. We need more of that. And anytime his number is called, he's ready to go. So he's in there working his butt off every day. And if, whenever he gets his opportunities, he's out there and he's producing, at a pretty high level. And you give him the ball, he makes some shots too. So Jeff has been great for us whenever his number's been called.
Where does that come from for a guy that doesn't have a ton of reps at the NBA level? Is that like basketball IQ? Because it does seem like there's like a steadiness to him that you don't normally see from a...
I just think it's something that you have or you don't have, and he's always had it. From I think the first time I seen him play was at Rhode Island. He looked the exact same. You know what I mean? So he does it. He did it in college. He's been doing it in the G League, and he does it when he plays with us. So the more minutes and the more comfortable he gets, he'll get an even better understanding of what we need at times. I've been on him about fouling the jump shooters a little bit, but he doesn't want anybody to score on him. He's got that type of pride defensively. So he's been great, and we need him to continue to contribute for us off the bench.
This season for you could almost divide into a bunch of different seasons. Just in terms of role, it's changed a lot for you. But a lot of the catch-all metrics say it's been your best offensive season of your career. Why do you think both of those things can be true at the same time?
Well, I think, you got to understand the position that I'm in, and being the leader of the team, whatever the team is doing is going to follow me. So I was not playing well to my standard at a time where we needed to win, and we were losing. And so, you look at that, and it's a pretty, easy 2 + 2 = 4 there. But, again, there's always more than what meets the eye. And so me just being, who I am and being consistent every day, knowing that it's going to balance out at some point, just staying true to myself and true to the work. I'm trying to be more flexible and do whatever the team needs. And as of late, the ball's been going in, but early on, not so much. So we're in a position now, we need to win all these games, and that's really all I'm focused on.
And you've never been a really high-volume pick-and-roll point guard until Yak came here. And now you're one of the highest volume pick-and-roll guys in the league since he's been here. And it's been just the engine of the offense. How does that feel to sort of pick that up immediately and dominate?
I mean, that's what I've done my whole life. Again, coming into the NBA, I'm going to do whatever they ask me to do to get on the floor. And first and foremost, that was to play defense and shoot open threes. And so as your role develops and you grow, as a player and there's more opportunity, then great. Once Kyle left, we went kind of more small, and there wasn't as many pick-and-roll opportunities with a traditional 5. So you find ways to try to be successful. And then, we got Yak, who's looking like one of the best bigs in the league, as of late. So just trying to find ways to be effective. And I feel very comfortable in pick-and-roll situations. And, I think it's looked well, looked good for our team, and something that we can continue to work on going forward.
How do you think the play-in tournament has changed the way teams act this time of year? over the past couple seasons?
Yeah, it's crazy. We just had a real conversation about this. I'll probably have a better answer for you, after the season. I think right now, just trying to lock into what's in front of us and just stay in the moment and stay focused. I think that you look at it and, there's a team in 12th or a team in 13th who's one game back from 10th, and then you're looking at it, like that's a real spot in the playoffs. And so I think it just stretches the realm of reality of what a team is, and it can create, unrealistic situations for a lot of teams. I think for us, a team that's been talented and kind of underperformed for the majority of the year, I think we feel really good about getting in and getting to our spot and making some noise. But again, you still got to get in, right? So it varies from team to team. I think anything that revolves around business or ratings or, however even the plan was born out of COVID, there's always going to be unexpected consequences on all sides. And, I think you're seeing teams work through it. But, again, we're, what are we, 9th, 8th, something like that. So we got a couple games, a couple weeks left to try to get as many as we can get and see where we're at the end and fight for our lives, really, towards the end of the season.
Remember your first reaction to when it was announced? Did you like it or generally, or just said, whatever, let's see what happens?
I really don't remember. I think it was more so like trying to figure out how to get those teams in, to the bubble and I won't go too far in, but there were certain teams that needed to be in for ratings or whatever, and it made sense. It made more sense at that time because we had a whole portion of the season that hadn't been finished. So again, I'm very strict on basketball purity and rules, so I'm not the biggest fan of it, but we're in it, so we got to take advantage of it this year.
Fred, this team has kind of struggled at getting back to 500. You've had, I believe, 5 opportunities this season to hit that 500 mark, and right now you're one game below 500 again. Is that something you guys think about, your actual record in that sense, and is that kind of has that been a hurdle to get over, or do you think it's just kind of the consequences of, just random luck or bad luck or whatever?
Yeah, probably a little bit of both. I mean, I don't put much into it. I think, again, it's only so much that I can say as my words carry more weight now, but you are who you are at a certain point, you know what I mean? And so we got to get out of that, and we have to grow out of that, and this is a great chance for us to do that going forward. It's the perfect time to gear up and ramp up for the playoffs so we can make a push here. We got Miami who's ahead of us, that would be a good win, and you just keep building from there. But I think just staying focused, like I said earlier, staying focused on the moment and trying to get better each day. Today was a good day. Tomorrow we need another one, and Tuesday is another, jump for us. So we just got to keep working.
So you had multiple stretches in the game, especially in the first half, where you completely altered and shifted the momentum. What were you seeing in the Wizards' defense that allowed you to be able to find those holes and do what you did?
I think in the first quarter it was more just getting deflections and steals and trying to get us out in transition. And then the second quarter got, shook loose for a couple buckets and transition 3 there. So, again, just trying to be aggressive as possible, help our team, create some cushion. And, it's winning time. So you just try to have a feel for the game, take what the defense gives, and understanding they play a little drop and they got played too big. So kind of slow getting back in transition. We got to be able to take advantage of that, and that's really what I was focused on.
Great win tonight. What did you see out there and the energy that the team brought?
I think we played hard. I think we followed the schemes. Obviously, this game was important for us, but we're also playing some great brand of basketball right now, so hopefully they can keep going. But I think the team is locked in and we know what we're fighting for, and we're trying to reach the goals which is making the playoffs.
Obviously, this part of the season last year, you were playing some prime basketball yourself, and it seems like it's trending again this way. How are you feeling out there?
Good. I mean, obviously, I'm finding my ways. Different position, different schemes and all, but like I said, I'm starting to figure it out how to play with these guys, and just not being a liability on defense, I think, is the biggest thing for me right now.
And then in terms of your next matchup against the Miami Heat and Kyle Lowry, how big is that one to get the job done there?
Oh, we need a win, obviously, but they're a good team. But I think that if we play together like we played today and follow the scheme, we could definitely get a win.
Obviously, solid win tonight. What did you see out there?
I think we started the game really focused. Came out hot, especially OG and Fred in the first half. We're putting a lot of pressure on them for us. And yeah, then we, after like the struggles a little bit in the third, we brought it home safely.
What's it like to play against your former teammate and university teammate, DeLon?
It's always fun to play against DeLon. Him and Kuz. Unfortunately, Kuz was sitting out tonight, but yeah, you know those guys have you've known for so long. Like it's always fun to go up against them. And there's like a little bit more on the line, some bragging rights, stuff like that.
And then a bit of a Raptors reunion because next is Kyle Lowry and the Miami Heat. They're obviously a very tough team when it comes to competing against the Raptors. So how was your approach to that game?
I mean, I think we keep going with what we've been doing well. We've really found our flow lately. It's just about eliminating those stretches throughout games where we struggle, and like we kind of we seem to have a little, or they seem to have a little run, and we're having a hard time and putting a stop to that. So getting our heads back in the game in situations like that, really focusing back in, and I think we should be good.
Mid-range. I don't want to belabor questions about the shot spectrum, but do you like how it looks? Just when he gets, you know, sort of his 2 feet planted and rises up in that range?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I would say this. I think that almost all the time he catches and shoots, it's a good shot, even if he's pretty covered, especially from the corner. He's a really high percentage, high contest corner 3 shooter, right? He had a couple mid-rangers off the catch too, which again I like. And again, yeah, he was feeling it obviously. So I think when guys are feeling it, you kind of just want them to kind of get to wherever they can get to and keep letting it go. So I think that's kind of what was going on tonight. Yeah.
How have you seen the play-in tournament change this part of the season over the past couple of years?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that I don't know if there's been a great deal of change. I think that you obviously got a lot more teams still fighting, you know, to stay alive, right, with the 2 extra spots there, and especially in the West, you got a whole bunch of teams fighting there. So I guess that's probably the only thing. I mean, who knows if it wouldn't be probably look as similar, people fighting for 8, right? There'd still be a couple people right in there fighting for 8, 9, 10, probably 3 teams anyway. So I don't really have a good answer for you on that. Sorry. You happy with Pascal's minutes tonight, Lindsay? Just checking. You are?
I'm good.
Shaved a few off there?
Yeah,
okay. Okay. Thank you. All right.
How do you feel about where your team is at right now? You've won 5 of the last 7, and just how everyone's playing.
Well, yeah, I feel okay. I mean, listen, I'm most concerned that we can get healthier. You know, again, it seems like, you know, we got another guy at the same position, 2 guys out, you know, at the same position with Gary and now Will with a sprained ankle. I think that we need to get our guys together, and certainly there's been some moments of like really, really good basketball, 5 out of 7, and some stretches where we look, you know, like we really got it kind of clicking at both ends, where we're making them take tough shots and we're moving and finding open shots at the other end, and that's really, if we're going to do that, then we're going to have a great chance, right? And I think that we also are a little bit more versatile. With Yak, I think we can look differently defensively. He's certainly a great defensive rebounder, but then we go in, they go a little small on us. We go small and match up and be able to get to some other defenses and things like that. So we're just going to keep pushing. We got a nice little stretch of games here to continue to try to get a little bit better before we go on.
What do you think Scotty's done? Do you have a grade for it?
Which one?
360.
You know what? I totally missed it. Well, what happens sometimes is somebody runs right in front of you when you're sitting down, and I actually had to ask. I said, "Did he 360 that?" And they said yes. So I saw him go up, and then I saw it go in, and I was like, so I kind of watched it on the replay. 2 points is how I'll grade it.